Hi guys, welcome to Battlefront Miniatures here in Nottingham in the UK. Just thought I would very quickly go through our newest complete starter set for WWIII Team Yankee, show you, have a look at what's inside the box, see what's in there, what you get, and also some cool new things that we've put together as well in plastic for our new tanks. So without further ado, this here is the box cover itself. So you can see that just up on the close cam there. It's got some really nice imagery on the front. Really simple, it draws the eye straight away, and it's absolutely brilliant in terms of what we've got together for the front cover. If I flip it over and have a look on the back there, what you can actually see is all the different tanks that you do get in here. So every single tank that you see on the back of this cover does come into the box itself. So you've got an American force, and you've also got over here a Soviet force. There's a small little diagram just here at the top, and what that actually shows is the units that you can make up inside your box set to have a couple of small armies ready to go straight out of the box. And the important thing to remember with this is it's a two-player starter set. Although if you like anybody here at Battlefront, you've probably got two yourself at home, then you can actually put together an even larger force with it. So let's have a look inside the box and get in there. First thing that you actually see here is the Start Here guide. Now, these are the guides that we put together so that anybody who's not played our games before, or anybody who just wants a quick overview of what comes in the box can have a look through and see what's in there. The first page is dedicated to a snapshot overview of the American list that you find inside the box here. So you've got the different combat teams, you've got different tank platoons, all the statistics that are there as well, points and things that you actually need to be able to play the game straight off of your American force. And then, as we'll see when we get into the box in a moment, with the sheer amount of plastic that we've got in here, there is actually some assembly diagrams as well. So we've got the IPM-1 Abrams tank, you've got the M3A2 Bradley, and you've also got the M60 Patton assault tank there as well. And as you'll see when we actually open up and have a look at all the plastic, there's a lot of plastic, but these really do make the diagrams really nice and simple to put together. If we go a little further on into the book, you'll also see then the Soviet. So the Soviet bits and bobs here are, again, all the points you need, the statistics to use your vehicles, and that's including the new T-80 tank, the brand new BMP-3, and the tried and tested T-64 as well. And these are all the statistics that you'll find inside the army books when they come out for the Soviets later on in 2020, as well as the American book, which is already out at the moment. Similar to the Americans, we've also got here the assembly guides for the T-80, the BMP-3, and also the T-64, which again just shows how simple the kits are to put together. It's great for starters, this people new into the hobby, new starters, this complete starter set. But it's also really good for anybody who's put it together as well before. On the next couple of pages, we've just got an overview of what's next, how you can expand your force. So this could be picking up some infantry, this could be picking up some helicopters, which is great, which is what WWIII Team Yankee is actually all about. It's the helicopters and all the different kind of vehicles you can have. And that's the same for the Americans as well as the Soviets. We've also got the example of what the books are as well. So you'll see behind me, I've got the American book, and I've also got the Soviet book and the British book as well for WWIII. The idea here between them is that you can pick them up, have a complete overview of what your army is. You can also have a complete overview of all the forces you can put together. And the last but not least, we've also got on the back page, the army deals. The army deals are the most cost-effective and best way to get into Team Yankee, as well as Flames of War or any of our other 15mm games that we do. In conjunction with the complete starter set, any of these army deals for the Soviets or the Americans give you everything you need to have a really, really good, balanced, and yet different force to anybody else who might be playing it, because you've got so many different units to choose from as well. However, let's get to the really, really fun part. The fun part, of course, is what comes in the box. So as well as the Start Here guide, we have got a lot of plastic. So I'm going to try and get it out in turn, because it's packed extremely tightly in here. So the first thing we've got is 3 matching sprues for the T-64. So in here, you've got everything you need, including a couple of upgrade options as well. So you've got some different types of machine guns for the top of the cupola for the commander. You've also got open and closed patches, just depending on your preference of putting them together. That's the mainstay of any Soviet force. T-64s are the bread and butter. Those are T-72s. However, thankfully, the designers over here in Nottingham and New Zealand put together a lovely new tank, which is the T-80. Now, this T-80 here is absolutely phenomenal model, if I must admit. I love it. It's great. It's got all the spaced armor on it. It's got the different options, like I said, for open and closed cupolas. Yeah, you've got an amazing weapon here with the T-80 gun. It's just brilliant in the game, which you'll see if you open up the box there and have a look. But you get 4 of those in the box, and the idea is you have a commander and a separate platoon of 3. So that's your 4 tanks there. And then rounding out the Soviet force, you've also got the brand new BMP-3 kit. So this is very similar to the BMP-1 and the BMP-2 sprue in that it's a BMP. It's the same base, but this has got the upgraded guns on it. So these are the 2 options that you can have for the Gatling gun, and you've also got the options for the machine guns. And the idea on the kit is that it's simple, it's only in a few parts, you put it all together, and you've very easily got your BMP-3s ready to go. 2 of those in the box, and that rounds out your Soviet force. Then when you come to the Americans, you've got the M60 assault tank. The M60 assault tank is a shorter wheelbase. Within World War III Team Yankee, it is actually used almost exclusively by the Marines. So that's a good start if you wanted to get into camouflage or things like that. But it's another really simple kit, a load of options on here. There's spare stowage on there. You've got the open and close cupola, like I said, because everybody needs a tank commander, which we'll see in a minute in the box. But that there is your M60, and you've got 2 of those in the box. Then you've also got the brand new Bradley AFV. This one here was only released back in sort of June time in 2020. So this is almost brand new itself in the box. And here you've got the different side skirt options. You can make it into an A2 or an A3. You've also got the different guns for the turret itself. So you can have it as a fully armored fighting vehicle, or you can have it just with the troops in there with a machine gun and a commander on top. So there's 2 of those in the box as well. And then to round out the American force, we've actually got 3 of the M1 Abrams sprue. Now this M1 Abrams sprue can be made up as an M1A1, an M1 straight assault Abrams tank. It can also be done as an M1 IPM1. So all the different M1s that you could possibly have, and they've got the 120mm or 105mm gun on them. You've got different stowage on there as well, side skirts or no side skirts, different bushels at the back for the turret, as well as the actual tank itself, of course, which is kind of most important. 3 of those in the kit, 1 as the troop commander, 2 as the platoons that go along with them, and that rounds out your American force. Also in the box, you've got your Soviet commanders. So these are the little sprues just here, and what they actually do is give your commander different options for all your tanks if you wanted them, 1 of your tanks if you wanted them, and there's a couple of nice little poses on there as well. We've also got 2 of the resin American commanders. And what these are is, again, different options. You've got the guy leaning on the turret. You've got 1 with binoculars around his neck. You've got 1 with flare goggles down. And the idea is you've got 2 of those that you can very easily update your force to have them if you wanted them every tank or just 1 tank. Also in the box, to complete the gaming experience, there's enough dice in the various colours. Soviets are red or the Americans are blue, to make sure that you've got enough dice to play your games with you or your friends. Or opponents, of course, because they're arch enemies. And then the final little bag inside this box is the all-important unit cards. So unit cards are one of the easiest ways to play World War III Team Yankee. All of the information that is inside the Get Started guide or the army books is on these cards. They're double-sided, so you've got on the front side the picture of the tank and all the statistics that you need. On the back, you've got your points, what it can have, special rules, anything like that. You get enough in there for all of the platoon units that we've put into the box for you. And then we've also got a complete mini softback rulebook in A5. This is the complete rules. It's got some special abilities in there, special rules, examples of how to play, and there's a really thorough read on how to play World War III Team Yankee. And my favourite bit about all our rule books is the back couple of pages, where not only have you got some great pictures, but you've also got the quick start guide that basically is the overview of every single step that you can have. That all comes in the box, and the only other thing that you need are tokens. And those fantastic graphics guys actually did put some tokens inside the box. So you can just see on my close-up cam here, just inside the box lid, you've got all the tokens you need, American and Soviet. You can cut them out for objective markers. You can also cut them out and use them in your first couple of games until you upgrade and get some plastic acrylic tokens that we sell as well separately. So thanks very much for joining us here. I've gone through the complete starter set for World War III Team Yankee. As ever, if you've got any questions, head over to our website, put in the product code for this, TYBX02, into the search bar, and it has all the information there, including in-depth guides on how to build them and where to go for your next steps as well. Thanks very much, guys, for joining us. Speak to you soon.